Hey everybody, welcome back to A Phone Call with Freedom. I am your host, Sarah Jane. Thanks for showing up in my corner of the world where we talk the universe. I had somebody ask me the other day how to pray. And I thought, what an interesting question. I don't think I've received that question yet. How do you say a prayer? I just thought it was such a great question because I do pray differently now than how I used to pray, that it was worthy of coming onto the podcast. So here we are. Please welcome the question, how do we pray? It's interesting because before I rewired my mind, I really did everything different than the way that I do it now. I saw everything differently. I did things differently. I made different decisions. I was literally a different person. Same body, same surroundings, different person. As I began to embark on the rewiring process of the subconscious mind, I started taking out these old beliefs. I started implementing new beliefs. Prime example, I used to think money is hard to get. New belief, money comes to me easily. That's just a prime example. When it comes to prayer, I used to get down on my knees when I was little next to my bed, and I'd hold my hands together and I would pray to God to deliver whatever it was that I needed in that moment. And I would say it with such emphasis, and I'd be like, I don't want anything else in the world. This is what I'm praying for. Now, as an adult, having gone through the rewiring process, I do pray differently. The first thing is, I don't necessarily get on my knees the way that I used to. I used to sit down on both knees and kind of like hurdle a little bit, right? Press my hands together and have my face facing the ground or the bed if I was laying next to the bed. Now I will sit Indian style on my butt with my legs crossed with both of my hands, one on each knee. And I would still close my eyes and I would still have that conversation. But now it's not like I'm begging for something. Now it's more like I'm having a conversation about how to attract this into my life. So not only did my position change as to how I positioned my body when it comes to prayer, became more of a meditation state, but also the conversation that I used to have. Like I had expressed, I used to pray for the item. Can I please just have this? Can this please just happen? What I discovered along my journey was that was actually incorrect. Now, with all my work, as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I am not here to tell you that my way is the right way. I'm here to tell you that it has affected my life in a positive fashion, and I'm sharing in hopes that it will affect yours in a positive fashion. Okay? But the internal dialogue did change. I went from wishing for it to, I'm going to make this happen. I need the answers. How do I do this? It was no longer, can you deliver it to me? Can you make it happen? It was, I'm going to make it happen. Can you open up the path that suits me best to get to the goal? So it was a lot more focused on, it's just a lighter vibration. You can see the conversation. If you're sitting there and your legs are crossed and you're facing down to the ground and you're begging for something, which is how I was taught prayer worked. You can see the vibration in that. Okay, no judgment, just feel that vibration. It feels heavy. Now, sit back a little bit, put your butt on the ground, legs in Indian style, a hand on each knee, take a deep breath. This is the goal. I'm going to make it happen. Now, how do I make that happen? Can you give me the answers as to how I'm going to make this happen? That's a whole nother vibration. Being in prayer like that, you're starting from an elevated vibration. You're already in a space, first of all, of having it. You're already in a space of, I'm going to make this happen. That's not what I'm praying for. I'm going to make this happen. I just need direction. I just need direction and guidance. You're in a whole nother vibration. You're going from complete lack to directions. So that is how I pray now. I more so decide what it is that I'm trying to accomplish, make the decision within my mind now, okay, this is what's going to happen. And that really goes with anything. I mean, if you want a relationship, if you want a new car, if you want a new career, if you want to expand your income, all these things that you want to create, you have to be willing to start from a space of, okay, this is the idea and I'm going to make this happen. Now I just need to figure out how. When you're starting in that space, it's so much lighter than starting in a space of, can I make it happen? I hope I make it happen. Do you think it could happen? You have to answer that for yourself. That's the beauty of being down here on earth. You get to decide, where is life going to go? What are you going to create next? As we moved in on the topic, it was interesting because we did have opposing views on religious topics. But it was such a beautiful conversation. And I know a lot of times in the past, I've seen people have conversations over religion, and it's my way or the highway. This is what it is. We've had wars over opposing religious beliefs. What I've discovered along my journey is that there's two platforms that the entire collective participate in equally. The first is science. You have a conscious and a subconscious mind. Everybody has a brain. Everybody has a conscious and subconscious mind. Everybody has an energy field. Science is really what's pulling us out of where we're at and where we've been. Our science is evolving in the right direction with the right people stepping forward to say, hold on a minute. I think there's a better way of doing things. I think we've discovered things about ourselves that the collective needs to know. The second platform that everybody meets on is spirituality or religion. The beautiful part about this aspect is it can be whatever you like. It can be anything that you like. This does not need to be the same. If you're going to argue a point that we are all the same, then science is where you want to put your attention. Spirituality is the space that we have all been gifted to create whatever it is we want. Whatever that belief is that you have about religion or spirituality, that is yours to create something that serves your survival. And chances are it's going to look nothing like anybody else's. I enjoy hearing what other people believe. I take what resonates, I leave what doesn't, but I enjoy it. Wow, this is the belief that got you through that time. That's incredible. This is what your relationship with quote unquote God looks like. That is incredible. I love that. Does it serve you? Does it make you feel good? Yes? That's amazing. I am on board. I've discovered not just with religion, but with everything. 10 times out of 10, the details of the situation that you're talking about with another person don't even matter. The details don't matter. It's the deeper energies that matter. In other words, feeling heard, feeling respected for your opinion. Half the time, we don't even know what the opinion is. It's just about feeling heard, feeling respected, feeling understood. I've had so many conversations, especially in this industry now, where I don't agree with the way that person sees things, but I hold the space. I still listen to them. Their perspective is still valid, and that is how you gain respect from other people. We don't have to agree, and I'm going to let you know I don't quite see things that way, but I can honor and respect that you do. When you act as such, you're demonstrating to other people that it's okay for them to hear and accept other people, even if they disagree. If they don't see things the same way, you can still respect that other person. You can still hold the space for that other person, how they do things, how they see things. Now, hopefully, you have a conversation, you help each other grow. My beliefs have been changing from the very beginning. My beliefs have always evolved. They continue to evolve. I do channeling work. I work with my higher self on a regular basis. I meditate on a regular basis. I have out-of-body experiences. This is all my experience. Now, if I were to share this with somebody else and they say, well, I don't fully understand or believe that, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. But if they respect it still and say, wow, that's so interesting. I'm happy you're having these experiences that support your life. Thank you. So today's podcast episode, I wanted to touch on the ways I meditate now and touch on religion. The main factors I want you to take with you today are when you're praying, if this resonates, when you're praying, try not to pray from a place of lack. I don't have, and I'm asking you to give to me. Because understanding the science behind vibration, when you're in the vibration of I don't have it, then you can't receive it because your vibrational field is in a lower vibration. So your goal or your prayer can't come through into your reality because your body is submerged by your energy field. If your energy field is in a lower vibration, then what you want may want you too, but it can't come into your existence because you're in this space of begging for it, which means you're in lack, which means you don't have it. Modern day science can corroborate now that when you want something, you have to put yourself in the experience of having it ahead of time, which is why my form of prayer has changed. So I recommend now when you pray, watch your words. Start from a place of expansiveness. What you want wants you. It's already here. It's on its way. It's in your vicinity. You just have to align to it. The question is not, God, can you give me this? The question is, what path do I need to take to receive this from you? You begin to play with the idea that you are a part, a facet of that higher source energy. Now, that's not a belief that was conditioned in most of us. So this is why we're all going through what we're going through right now, because we've been conditioned to believe we're completely separate. We're not worthy of being a part of God or the Creator or this higher source. So that's the belief that a lot of us are healing right now. And by allowing yourself to find different forms of prayer, you're going to allow yourself to tap into a truth that resides deep within you, which is, I am actually a part of this bigger source energy. Somehow, some way, I'm a part of it. Right? So my takeaways for today are: begin playing with how you're meditating. Begin starting to utilize affirmations to assist you in bringing your creations closer to you. And watch how you're affirmating. You always want to focus on the solution, not the problem. So if you're upset, you're dealing with anger issues, you do not want to have an affirmation that says, I am no longer angry, right? You want to have an affirmation that says, I am now so happy. Even if it doesn't feel that way, it doesn't matter. Over time, you begin to rewire. Repetition, you begin to believe it, right? And when you think about the alphabet, you didn't know the alphabet right away. You had to say it over and over and over and over again. And now what? Now you could probably be flipped upside down doing cartwheels in the middle of a thunderstorm, reciting the alphabet, no problem. Why? Because you programmed it into your mind. Affirmations work the same way. And prayers are a lot like affirmations. They have similar context. So if you have some time, come up with an affirmation that's going to work for you this week. I am so happy and grateful now that I've received my desires. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am healthy. I'm so happy and grateful now that everything worked out easily, effortlessly, smoothly, the way it should have. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm beginning to see myself in a brighter light. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm beginning to understand how my mind works. I'm so happy and grateful now that I've embarked on the reprogramming process and I'm feeling like $1,000,000. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have liked and subscribed to Sarah's YouTube channel, because now I feel like I have a team working with me. Pick an affirmation to say throughout the week and say it all week long, as often as you can. Write it down on a sticky note, put it in the car, on the steering wheel, drive around with it on the steering wheel, put it in the bathroom, on the mirror, put it in the kitchen, on the refrigerator. I'm so happy and grateful now that I am healthy, now that I am happy. So begin watching the way that you're praying. Elevate yourself and realize that you're not starting from the very, very, very bottom anymore. You are divine just for being alive. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to be anything. You, as you are right now in this moment, are divine. It doesn't matter what you've done. Doesn't matter where you've been. All of that is a result of conditioning. You're forgiven. Forgive yourself. God's not the one that's angry. You are. God's not the one that's judging. You are. Forgive yourself. The mind's been conditioned. You are more capable than you realize. So remember, your dreams, your goals, your desires, they are coming to you because you are stepping up to the plate to create them. The question is, how? How am I going to bring this in? What's my best next step for me to take right now? That is a crucial point to allow yourself to pray. Sit down, touch base, have that conversation with your guides, with Creator, with Source Energy. What is the best step for me to take today to get to the goal? So A, play with the way that you pray. Allow this subject to evolve in your life. B, make sure you have some affirmations for the week. At least pick one that you're going to carry with you all week long and just reiterate over and over and over again. And C, when it comes to conversating with other people, remember, it is not about the details of the conversation. It is about being heard. It is about being respected. It is about holding the space for that other person to be who they are, where they are, and still feel respected, still feel heard. As you begin doing this for other people, people begin doing it for you. And slowly, collectively, we move into a new space. But it really starts one person at a time. And since you're here right now, I am willing to say that it starts with you, which is really, really exciting. Remember, you're not the only one doing this type of work. We are all here. We are all together. You are not alone. You are loved. You are supported. Thank you so much for loving and supporting me. If you haven't already, hop over to my website at innersarah, INNERSARAH.com. Subscribe that way so that you get notified when my book comes out. We also do card readings every Sunday and Thursday. If you're interested in that, check out some of the other videos on my YouTube channel. And of course, I'm extremely excited to see you right back here next Wednesday for another phone call with freedom.